Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I want to talk about why, for the most part, you should stop trying to debate other people and trying to assert that you're right and other people are wrong. In fact, some people have actually done that to me in this YouTube channel. They write comments on this YouTube channel about how Velocity Banking is a scam and that, I should go ahead and debate them on a live call. And I'm like confused and I'm just like replying back. He's like, "Yeah, man, Velocity Banking is a scam and nobody should do it," right? I actually have written that several times, and this was like about 5 to 7 months ago, where somebody just kept coming into my channel and writing comments, "Oh, Velocity Banking is a scam. Like, why would you ever do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's a total scam, and nobody should, right?" Like, I actually wrote that just because I'm not interested in debating other people. Like, here's the thing, right? The reason why most people will never achieve their goals is because they are way too interested in being right rather than doing the thing that they're supposed to do. Okay? And I learned this, and I'll tell you where I learned this from. Um, I learned this from the people who ruined the state of California. Okay? So, there's always a piece of me that is deep down inside a little bit sad or maybe even depressed that, like I always have it in my heart that, yeah, I came from this really cool place called California. And if you ever look at media in the 90s, there's tons of media, music about how California is awesome. I mean, Tupac, California Love, Katy Perry, California Dream. Their TV shows, California Dream. I don't know if Saved by the Bell is actually about California. I don't know if Bayside, the fictional town, is supposed to be located in California, but it represented that California, Zach Morris, cool kid idea where you could really achieve your dreams. And if you compare California in like the 90s where I grew up and in 2024 today, um, it's pretty much an unlivable state, right? I mean, take a look here in 2024, more people moving out of California than any other state. And I was also reminded by this because I was watching yeah, these YouTube videos about California. People never left California until now with Adam Carolla 2 weeks ago. And it says, growing up out here, nobody left. You'd have to be a fool to leave. And I watched this and it's like, dang, Adam, I'm so sad that this happened. And how did it happen? I'll tell you how it happened, right? Or this is just my perspective of it. One group of people was way too concerned about being right and debating how the other people were wrong. And the other group, who just did not care, took over the government and, put in their crazy ideals and ruined the state. You see how that works? So one group cared about being right, and the other group just cared about taking over and taking action, even if they were wrong. And the problem with most people is that they don't take action and they care way too much about being right rather than just taking action first. And this is just my opinion that you need to learn how to shut your mouth, especially if you're a young person, right? Let's say you're like 18, 19 years old. You need to learn how to shut your mouth and not how to learn to express your ideas and just take action. And once you've gained some success, then you tell other people or ask other people if your ideas are good or not. You don't do it in the beginning because most people will tell you your ideas are terrible and they'll shoot your plane down, right? The plane or launch to success when your plane hasn't even launched. But the problem with most people is that they try way too hard to debate other people. It's like, I am so right and you're so wrong. And you know what? I'll just tell other people, yeah, sure, velocity banking, that's a scam. And then I'll still upload the Excel spreadsheets, do the demonstration presentation. I've done that plenty of times where it's like, yeah, man, like, it's a scam. I don't know why anybody would do it, and then I just keep uploading videos, right? And the difference is that one group of people is way too concerned about what other people think, whereas you have to just be concerned about taking action regardless of what other people say, right? This is why I don't debate people. I don't try to convince other people whether I'm right or wrong. I just keep uploading videos and doing the demos. And if people come to this channel and say it's a scam, I'll say they're right. And I learned this from essentially my political enemies. Okay? I mean, think about how unlivable it has to get where you took the best state in the world, right? Best food, best cuisine. There used to be a time where like, oh man, the California personality was laid back and you could achieve your dreams, and they ruined it in about 20 years. California was like that rich kid who inherited everything and threw it all in about 10 years, right? And that's why even the big celebrities who have millions of dollars are leaving, just because it's such an unlivable place. And again, 2024, more and more people moving out of the state of California. It's not because you don't have enough resources or money, it's because the people in charge decided that they're going to take over and ruin it, right? I mean, y'all ever look at Los Angeles? Los Angeles homelessness? I mean, take a look here. Look at all these tents, right? Like, how you ever take a look at like '80s movies in Los Angeles? Nothing like this, and obviously, they only show the best parts, but it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And you do the same thing with San Francisco. And I don't know if you have ever seen like, uh, you know, fr- poop maps, right? I don't know if you knew this, but they actually have poop maps in San Francisco, and the whole place is a dump. Like the whole place is a dump, right? And the fact is that people, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about your opinion. They're just going to take action. Now, it's up to you to do what is right, but what's going to prevent you from taking action and doing what it is that you're supposed to do is that your way to focus and concerned on debating other people, whether you're right or wrong, rather than just completing your mission, right? So if I'm going to teach about velocity banking, I'm not going to waste my time in comments and tell other people, "Oh my goodness, let me tell you why I'm right and you're wrong." I'll just tell you, "Yeah, like, dude, velocity banking's a scam. You're totally right," and then just keep uploading videos. Do you think I make money on YouTube based on whether I debate people and whether I'm right or wrong, or based on how many videos I upload? It's based on how many videos I upload. In fact, I'm making $400 to $500 a month on a faceless YouTube channel with absolutely no production. Um, what's it called? Just sharing Excel spreadsheets, which everybody has. Like, who doesn't have a copy of Excel? Or you get a free copy from either Google Sheets or Excel, or I'm sorry, Microsoft Live, and make $400 to $500 a month just copying pasting simple formulas from the first grade. But the difference is that I just keep uploading them, kind of like a factory, and I don't care what other people think, right? You have to learn how, how other people, if other people are kind of taking the direction of your society, the opposite of where the way that you want to, you kind of have to ask how. And the reason why California was ruined is because, again, one group of people was way too concerned about whether they're right or wrong, and they got to debate the other side and own them. You probably see a lot of videos about how, like, oh, this group of people own this people in a debate, and then the other group just took over whatever, and then they ruined it. They did that with Star Wars. Star Wars, California, probably video games, which is why I don't play that much video games nowadays. But that's how anything that gets, taken over, right? Like, is because one group of people gets distracted about being right, and the other one just takes action, and that's what you got to do. This is what you got to do. And I know, just I said this, in earlier in the video, but you really got to learn how to just take action, and then afterwards, once you've taken action, then ask other people their opinion. It's the opposite of what you were told as a kid, because what you were probably told as a kid is, I got to ask other people about their opinion and convince them if they're right or wrong, and then do what it is that I'm supposed to do once I have their approval. Whereas people who really, uh, are the makers shakers of society, they just do it, and then later on, they just ask for other people their opinion. It's kind of like how you should do the opposite of what you're taught with when it comes to banking, right? Like, a lot of people, they try to get money from banks when they need it, but you got to get money from banks when you don't need it. Same thing with sales. You got to learn how to make sales when you don't need the money rather than when you do need the money, because it'll be a lot easier to make sales. And same thing with debating other people. You got to learn how to debate other people once you've completed your mission or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Hopefully that makes sense. But if it doesn't, just study how they were able to ruin the state of California. Again, one side was way too concerned about, oh, your policies lead to X, Y, and Z, and it's not going to work. And the other people just took over and made San Francisco a poop map, right? So, more of the lesson: stop trying to tell other people that you're right and they're wrong, and just focus on taking action. Okay, way too little of that, and this is why every time I've told other people, hey, just start a YouTube channel, just upload videos about whatever. You know what happens? They get way too concerned, like, well, what should I upload? And I just keep telling them, just do anything, anything. And I have not seen almost anybody upload like, 5 to 10 videos about anything, right? You see, I just upload videos about anything, therefore I make the money, and then later on I'll tell you if I'm right or wrong. But too many other people, they're like, oh man, I gotta have the best idea, or I gotta convince other people whether my YouTube channel is good or not before I start to do it, and then they never do it. Never do it. All right. Well, hopefully this made sense. But the moral of the story is just stop telling other people and trying to argue with them that they're right and you're wrong, or you're right and they're wrong, because that's certainly going to lead to inaction for the most part. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today, everybody. I don't know if you want to stare at the poop map for a little bit longer before I end this video, but let's just stare at it for 5 more seconds to see how such a beautiful place got ruined. All right. Well, talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.